Hi, can you sit like this comfortably for 30 seconds or maybe 1 minute? If not, you're missing one of the most comfortable natural sitting positions of a human that we are losing because of age and because we are sitting too much and not moving enough. And this is the ultimate guide for this position that is called Asian squat, deep squat or malasana in yoga. How can you do it? Step by step, starting where you are and progressing slowly, pain-free. Why should you do this Asian squat? What effects it has on the body and why you shouldn't do Asian squat, because there are some contraindications. What benefits can give a deep squat for a woman over 40? And I can anticipate that we will talking about one of the most important aspects of a woman's health over 40 and menopause and perimenopause. My name is Anna. I'm a menopausal coach and a yoga teacher for over 15 years. So what is the Asian squat after all? This is a position where we sitting down deeply with our hips going down below the knees. In this position, we are keeping the spine neutral and we're keeping the spine in extension. Our chest is open, and this position, when it's done well, feels comfortable. In fact, it's one of the natural positions of a human for sitting down, for relaxing. It's more comfortable and it's more natural for getting up and sitting down, for doing some work, gardening, for doing everyday activities, preparing some food. And yes, I'm not talking about modern people, but you know that in Asia, in many countries, today, people are still using this position every day for making literally everything. And even if it's very natural for Western people, it is a real challenge. So why this position matters? What it does to our body? It increases our overall mobility. It reinforces our feet and knees. It increases overall flexibility in terms of muscle. It helps to extend the spine, and if you are suffering from lower back pain, it will help you release it. It helps our intestine and it improves our pelvic floor health. That is a very important thing for women, because this posture helps to relax pelvic floor muscles and helps for many women to find this awareness connection between diaphragm and pelvic floor muscles. We'll talk about it in a minute. This position is considered a longevity posture because just in one position you can maintain and improve the whole body mobility, flexibility, balance, and your general body awareness. And these are factors that will contribute to your stability while walking and can protect you from falling. So we're talking about the longevity posture that will also help us as women to improve our pelvic floor health. And now a step-by-step guide on approaching this posture. I will use some tools. So I'm using this wardrobe stick. You can use a tree if you're doing it outside, and this will help us to find some balance if you are stiff in general. I'm holding it and putting my feet a little bit wider than the hips, with the toes looking outwards. And from here, I'm finding the distance that will let me to extend my spine. And now I'm going down, and then I return, keeping my spine always straight. I'm inhaling and exhaling, going up. This variation can help you to descend a little bit more without putting all the weight on the feet and giving you another point of support. So try this, and soon you will feel your hips tensed because the muscles here are working hardly. But you need this to feel the movement and to try to find this new mobility when your hips are descending and going below the knees. When your legs are tired, you can change and try another variations where I'm using 2 blocks, but you can also use a small chair. And now we're going to sit down with our butt, and you can use your stick also here. So we are descending slowly, and then we are sitting down. Many people have this problem of lack of mobility that make them fall behind from this position. Here we are resolving this problem sitting on our blocks, using our stick and trying to extend the spine. So what I'm doing here is trying to extend my spine, making it longer, open the chest, looking forward and opening my hips. So I'm actually trying to bring my torso closer to the hip. And we are resting here for a few breaths. You can stay here from 30 seconds to 1 minute. Another variation that you need to try to work on your Asian squat is using these blocks under the heels. The lack of mobility, the lack of flexibility, and some natural structural limitations are doing so that many people cannot put their heels on the floor. And if they do so, they fall back. So this is the problem that you can improve with time. But this is also can be your structural limitations, meaning the form of your skeleton. So what we're doing immediately is we're using something that can be a block or it can be a mat to find the stability here. And I'm using my stick that will help me to extend the spine, because this will give me some support that I need to extend the spine, and I'm staying here trying to get used to this position. Try to breathe slowly. And if you have found some comfort in this position, in this or previous variation, if you can stay here, I would say 30 seconds, you need to try to add some breathing that will help you to feel the connection between your diaphragm and the pelvic floor. And here we have this exercise. We are inhaling, relaxing the abdomen, and feeling our pelvic floor going down. And then we exhale, our pelvic floor goes up. So I'm inhaling and my pelvic floor goes down. I can feel it. If not, I'm imagining it, because this is the way you can finally feel it with some time and practice. So I'm inhaling and my pelvic floor goes down. And when I'm exhaling, it makes a movement like a jellyfish that closes very gently and then opens and closes. So the progression of our practice for learning the deep squat will be in adding some movements. When you are here and you can stay here for, say, 30 seconds, it's time that you are adding some movements. And we can add a movement like this. Opening the chest, pushing my knees to the side. I'm opening the chest and extending the spine. Immediately you will feel a stretching of your inner hips. That's a very good action. That's the position that helps us to relax our pelvic floor muscles through the relaxation and stretching of the inner hips. So I'm inhaling here and exhaling. And then we can do some gentle twist. I'm pushing my right knee and I'm turning my chest to the left, keeping my spine always extended. I'm inhaling and exhaling here. And then I'm pushing my left knee and twisting to the right. You can extend this arm if it feels good. And breathe. And then we can move our hips too. So we can put away the blocks and we can stay here, moving from one side to the another. Try to touch the floor with your knee if you can. And breathe. All these mobility movements will help you to stay more comfortable in the posture. And here we also working with our feet. So how often can you do this? You can practice this posture every day, just because it's not only an exercise, it can be an exercise at the beginning, but remember that we are talking about natural sitting position. I am now in this position not because of doing the exercise. I'm here because I'm feeling good here. It's natural for me. Start doing it every day from just 10 seconds if you can and up to 2 minutes. But hear me, I'm not very favorable of 2 minutes without doing nothing in the posture, because it can create some tension in your knees, in the hips, in the feet. So if you have 2 minutes and if you want to do more, you can try some movements that I have shown you. So we are moving here. We can do variations doing the squat, but we are doing strength movement. Then you can grasp your blocks and try to be here. And you can try another variation where you are letting yourself fall back from the posture, if this is what happens to you, but you're not falling back because you're staying at the wall. So imagine me doing the squat, not able to put my heels down, so I'm falling back and I'm at the wall. I'm sitting here, sliding down a bit, but it's impossible to fall. So here, it's another version, it's another variation where I can get used to the position, improving my mobility. A very important notice: contraindications. You need to stay very attentive with this posture if you have some serious knee problems. You can always talk to your medical provider first. But if you have some knee problems, the first variation I've shown you, where our muscles are working harder, this strength variation will work better for you, and not the variation where we're sitting down, where all the weight goes down and we are relaxed. If you have a pelvic floor organ prolapse, you shouldn't do this posture because it may put too much strain on your pelvic floor muscles. You need to reinforce them first. And if you want to use this position as a stretching position, as a position where you can find this connection between diaphragm and the pelvic floor muscles, you can do this posture lying down on the floor, and it looks exactly the same way. And here you can feel the stretching, you can breathe, you can help yourself with your arms to bring your hips closer to the torso, and we can stay here. If you want to know more exercises on pelvic floor health, I have many videos. You can go on the playlist on pelvic floor health and find many exercises, and I will do more because it's one of the most important arguments on women health after 40. So put a like on this video, leave a comment on how you're feeling in the posture. I'm covering all the aspects of a good health, high energy, and better living for women over 40. Follow my channel.